Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to World of Wrestling here today to discuss about Smackdown, August 6, 2021. Guys, it was an exciting show. It was so much fun. I had a blast. Can't you tell by the sarcasm in my fucking voice? This show sucked. Holy fucking shit, this show sucked. The only thing that was good was the fucking ending. And you would think that I would say, because the show ended, well, that actually is part of the reason, but they actually made up for where they fucked up with Finn Balor last week. I was extremely happy what they did here at the end. It made things right with Finn Balor. He ain't taking nobody's shit. He don't care about John Cena. He don't care about Roman Reigns. He wants the Universal Championship around his waist. I totally agree with the sentiment he gave at the end of the show. He deserves to be treated with respect. John Cena wasn't there in Tampa Bay tonight. Why? Unless there was some movie thing he had to do for promoting the Suicide Squad, which might be the reason. And if that's the case, totally understandable. Who the fuck would want to be on this lame-ass show? Anyway, if you guys didn't know, recently there was an article released in the Rumors Mill about John Cena mentioning how he is concerned about WWE and why they keep bringing back himself and guys like him to come back to the company to sell tickets. He's worried that they're not building new stars. Holy fucking shit. This is the first time, and I think everyone should give John Cena a ton of respect. Big time respect here. Because he is caring about the company he worked for. He helped build. And all of his hard work may go in the fucking toilet, which it is. There ain't no doubt about it. He could talk to Vince McMahon till he turns blue. He could go ahead, he could quit his acting career, come back to pro wrestling as a full-time wrestler, try to get in Vince's ear, and try to convince him that he needs to do what's right for this company and do the right thing, and he still would not be able to get through Vince McMahon, not even John Cena himself. This man is set on destroying WWE and everything his father built and everything he himself has helped build throughout the years of this company being around. This guy is the biggest fucking dumbass. You guys already know how I feel about Vince McMahon and WWE and their process of business. They're doing the same exact retarded moves that WCW was doing back in the day. Not even in 2001. If you really look into the history of WCW, before they became officially WCW, they were run by a company called National Wrestling Alliance. National Wrestling Alliance has worked in several promotions, Impact Wrestling being one of them. Before Impact Wrestling was WCW. And then they kind of branched out on their own, had the NWA World Championship and all the other titles in some random own thing. And now NWA has their own actual promotion legitimately. So it is what it is. But let's get real here, folks. Let's get real here. The reality is, NWA with WCW, when they were together as a team, they were making terrible budget decisions. They were firing people that they shouldn't have fired, I believe. I might be wrong about that, so I apologize. But they were making horrible business decisions when it came to money. Ted Turner then started forking out money coming out of his ass, and he didn't have the same kind of money that Tony Khan had. Has, I should say, not had. But honestly, let's get real, folks. This company don't care about building a legacy, having future stars, having anything. They're living off of past names because at the end of the day, this company is going belly up because Vince McMahon wants it to go belly up. Plain and simple. I will give you guys a prime example that they are showing clearly that they know they're purposely fucking up. You have Paul Heyman come out there in the middle, in a backstage segment, interviewed and asked about the situation that took place last week during the contract signing. He goes ahead and he says, it was an absolute complete joke. There was no valid contract made here. Cena signed his name on a contract that didn't have his sign printed on the dotted lines for him to sign. That's number one. Number two, he entered his name in there with a fucking blue Sharpie pen. And then signed it with the same fucking pen that he added his name into. That's number one. Number two, he goes ahead and gives a prime example of something else. He says, can you imagine if the Tampa Bay Schmuccaneers went ahead, were to sign Tom Brady for $75 million, and I came behind him and hit him over the head with an object, and then sign my name on it? Does that mean I get the $75 million? No. Paul Heyman's character came across like he was absolutely disgusted with WWE, just like all of us. That tells you something, folks. Vince McMahon knows we're sick of him. Vince McMahon knows the decision he makes are retarded, and he does it deliberate. If not, why would he have a segment on this show displaying that? Why? Why the fuck would he have a segment on this show displaying that? Come on. Let's open up our eyes and use our brains. Doesn't take rocket scientists to figure this shit out. That's number one. The number one segment I wanted to mention. Number two segment, because the rest of the show is a fucking dumpster fire. It was a piece of shit. I didn't give a flying fuck about nothing, and nobody in the Amalie Arena really cared about what happened except for a few moments here and there throughout the entire show. The rest of the fucking show was dead from Jump Street, man. Really. With a few pops here and there throughout the entire show. It was a fucking disaster. From the word jump. Fucking pathetic. So, here's another segment. It had me on the floor laughing my fucking ass off. You got Finn Balor. He's standing there backstage. He's being interviewed about the same situation. How are you feeling about what happened during that contract signing and so forth? And he goes, well, I was sitting there, I was getting ready to sign this big contract, and I almost signed it, and I got screwed by Baron Corbin. Huh, I wonder who actually says that. Nikki Trash? Yeah, that's right. Nikki Trash, Nikki Ash, Nikki Asshole. Who the fuck cares what you say, you dumb bitch? Okay? Nikki almost a superhero. You know, Nikki Ash should stand for Nikki a superhero. That's what the Ash should really stand for, but they say almost a superhero. Like, what the fuck is she a champion if she ain't a superhero? Secondly, why the fuck does she want to look like Batman or some fucking dipshit like Adam West from fucking back in the day in the 1960s Batman TV show? My God, man, these people are fucking stupid as shit. And I just love coming on here and bashing the crap out of them because it gives me some fucking enjoyment after sitting through 2 hours of fucking shit. What a joke. Oh, man. You got Finn Balor saying he almost how do you almost sign a you make it sound like you almost won a championship or won a match. What the fuck? Are you kidding me with this shit? God almighty, you gotta be out of your fucking mind to actually sit here and believe this shit. I almost signed a if anything, he should be suing WWE for the fact that they're granting a person a title match who wasn't even placed on the contract to sign. And they're granting him the title match and not Finn Balor? Are you fucking kidding me? Now, granted, at the end of the show, they did make sense of all of it. They are going to give Finn Balor a world championship opportunity after SummerSlam. That's the next person in line being fed to Roman Reigns. Folks, I don't care what you say. Yes, Roman Reigns is great as a heel, but you can say whatever the fuck you want. Roman Reigns is being fed every fucking person on this roster till you're blue in the motherfucking face. You'll be looking like goddamn Smackdown, for God's sakes, man. Holy shit, man. Finn Balor is not winning this title. That's number one. Because if he would, they put him on SummerSlam's card, not on fucking Clash of Champions or whatever fucking piece of crap show they're gonna have in September. He ain't winning nothing. He's getting defeated. He's gonna go ahead, take his nice ass whooping, and then he's gonna be shipped right back to the mid card, and he's gonna be forgotten about, just like Kevin Owens, just like all the others who have faced him in the past. This is a joke of a title reign. I'm tired of sitting here sucking on the dick of WWE because they finally did the right thing with Roman Reigns, but they can't create new stars to make the next person in line champion to be a believable one. Give me a motherfucking break. Finn Balor shouldn't even be looking or sniffing for the Universal Championship yet. What he should be doing is turning the Intercontinental into the second World Heavyweight Championship belt on Smackdown. We need to see Roman Reigns off television for a while. Give him a break. Allow Finn Balor to make that Intercontinental title just as important as the Universal Championship. Have Roman Reigns do what Brock Lesnar did and compete at Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania for the remaining time left leading into WrestleMania. And at WrestleMania, he should lose the Universal title. If you want to give us the Roman Reigns versus Rock match at some Survivor Series, by all means, go ahead and do so. I'm all for that. Feed him the hierarchies of pro wrestling and get him the fuck off television for a while. You want him to make appearances here and there? Fine. But my God, stop making this guy beat every fucking person on the main roster. It's not going to build a superstar at the same level as Roman Reigns. But everything I've just said here just now proves the fact that they're not going to build someone for Roman Reigns to lose the title to. This is all a fucking joke. We're all sitting here wondering, when is Roman Reigns going to lose the title? He's never going to lose the fucking title because nobody's built up correctly. That guy could be champion until he fucking retires, for all we know. This is a fucking joke, man. You want Finn Balor to go up against Roman Reigns, who ain't got a shot in hell? He's barely had any matches on SmackDown. Tony Storm had one fucking match, hasn't appeared in the last 2 to 3 weeks. I just don't understand this company. They got so many fucking people, they're letting them go like crazy, but yet the people they still have on the roster, they ain't even using on the fucking television shows. You gotta be fucking kidding me with this crap. Really. I know I'm repeating myself over and over again saying, what the fuck's up with this company? How retarded can they be? But really, honestly, how dumb can you get? Now, I know some people come on here and say, well, if you don't like it, why watch it? I don't know. Maybe because just last year alone, I had only 87 subscribers, and in the last year, I've gotten 90 plus subs. Or close to 90, okay? I've gotten close to 90 subs. Now, that's not a lot to speak of. I understand this is not a super successful channel. And for many years while I was on here, I've been on here since 2015. And I get that you would say I suck at this point because I only have 172 instead of more. Like over 1,000 or close to 100,000 or something like that. And I'm planning on making some big changes starting in 2022. You guys are going to start seeing my face more on screen. I'm going to start doing live shows. I want to be interactive. I love the interaction I'm getting now on the comment section. I'm interacting with every single person that gets on these vids and like my videos and want to comment with me and talk with me about what's going on with these shows. I'm thinking about doing a live show for SummerSlam. That's correct, folks. I did it last year for 2020. I may do it this year. So keep an eye out for that. I will definitely put a scheduled date for that and notify you guys if I do it or not. But I will definitely let you know, and especially with it being on Saturday night, I could definitely do that anyway without it being a problem with my sleep, because I would have to be up early for work the next day if I had to work, if I did it on Sunday night. So I wouldn't have been able to do it then. But Saturday night, I might be doing a live show with you guys. And I will notify you guys by Monday of the week of the pay-per-view. I will put a scheduled live show for it so you guys could come in. There's no super chats. I'm not qualified enough for getting super chats, I don't believe. And it don't matter. I will communicate with you guys. This will be technically you guys will be part of the review. Let it put it that way. There ain't no fucking channel I've ever seen has ever done that before. I want to hear your comments. I want to hear what you have to say. And we're going to go over every match and everything. So if I actually decide to do this, you guys will be part of this review. So I want to hear everything you guys have to say about the entire show as we go through the matches. But anyway, let's get to the fucking show, which wasn't much. I'm going to get through this real quick, and I'm going to call it a night because I've had a long fucking day. Anyway, first segment on the show is Sasha Banks. Now, Sasha Banks came out. She announced the reason why she did what she did last week, which made no fucking sense for her to have to turn on Bianca Belair during a match when she could have just done it after she saved her ass to leave her completely alone for her to destroy her. Instead, they decided to give her the main event with Bianca Belair and then do it, which made no fucking sense to me whatsoever. I thought that was completely dumb and a waste of time. They just probably didn't have a main event set up, so they just set it up that way. So the big deal. She feels like she's had no respect given to her by Bianca Belair. She thinks she's ungrateful, showing no respect. Basically saying, hey, I've been around in WWE's main roster for a very long time. I've done a lot of great things here, and I helped you have a great match along with me, and you've shown no gratitude towards the help I've given you in your career. Good stuff. I didn't have an issue with that. Where I had the issue was Bianca Belair comes out. She's cutting a good promo along with Sasha Banks, going off of what she had to say. And then she gets inside the ring, and Sasha Banks decides to crawl out of the ring and go onto the announcer's table to cut the rest of the promo. Now, this is a woman who's a multi-world champion in the women's division, WWE. She has done amazing things, and she's gonna run away like a bitch standing on top of an announcer's table to cut the rest of the promo. Why the fuck is she doing that? Why you got her looking like a pussy? You got me believing full-heartedly she's going to lose, which probably she is. I don't think Sasha Banks is winning the title. I really don't, especially after this fucking promo. This promo was shit. The promo was shit because of what they did with Sasha Banks. That's number one. Number two, they had Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega. It's like this woman wants to get L's. She is like if the letter L is her if you got to the letter L in the word loser in the dictionary would show Zelina Vega's face right all over it. I'm not kidding, man. This woman is begging to get killed and destroyed, man. I've never seen a woman want to lose so badly. You suck, dude. You can't make it as a wrestler. That's the way WWE portrays you. Get your ass out of the ring. You can't win. You suck. Why are they putting her in these situations to make her look bad? Oh, I don't know. Because that's what they do. That's all they fucking know how to do is put people in bad situations and make them look bad. That's what they're good at. They used to be good at producing good stars, and they're not really good at producing jack shit. This eventually led to the idea of having a championship match with Zelina Vega tonight. And she told Sasha Banks, I'll see you at SummerSlam for the Women's Championship. Okay, kind of like the idea, despite the fact Zelina Vega's eating another L. And I was saying to myself, okay, they're trying to make her look like a legit fighting champion, not afraid to face any contenders, which I'm totally cool with. They've been doing that pretty much. She's been defending her title on Smackdown multiple times. I mean, it's not like she's just defending it once a month. This woman's defending it 2-3 times a month. So I'm not, saying they're doing a bad thing with her. I just wish they'd give her different opponents to face through this time of where she's defending the title on SmackDown. Carmella, she got 2-3 opportunities for the SmackDown Women's title, for God's sakes. It's fucking ridiculous. And Bayley's the same thing. She's got multiple opportunities, and all those opportunities she's had, she lost. It's fucking retarded. But yeah, she was granted a shot, but later on in the show, they shot that down. Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, they totally shit that down, and it's just going to be a championships contenders match. Now, I don't know what the fuck that is supposed to mean, a championship contenders match, but when are they going to get to the program where if you have a champion shouldn't even have to wrestle? If you look at Roman Reigns, he's doing exactly the way a champion should be produced. I don't care if you're a mid-card champion, a tag team champions. I don't care if you're the women's champion, the women's tag team champion. Champions should not have to wrestle unless they are defending the championship that they own. Plain and simple. They do that in all combat sports, UFC and boxing. You never will see a world champion compete in a match without defending his title. He never has a non-title match. That is fucking retarded. Why should there be a non-title match? For what reason? He's a fighting champion. That's the key word of all this. Fighting champion. He should be fighting and defending his title whenever he's in the ring performing. That's why he's the champ. He doesn't have to earn any right to move up in ranking or anything. He's the top of the chain, man. There ain't nothing else needs to be said. Plain and simple. But will WWE ever catch on to this? No. AEW. We'll go right into AEW for a prime example. Kenny Omega ain't defending his title. He ain't wrestling every fucking week. And if he is wrestling in a non-title match, he's beating his opponent easily. So, I don't care. If you want to do it that way, fine. I mean, AEW doing it that way is not a bad thing. But if you're going to have your champion in a non-title match, you better have him fucking win. Or don't have him on television at all, except making appearances to build hype towards a match that you want them in. That's it. Plain and simple. We had a match with Dominic Mysterio versus J Uso. And I think Dominic Mysterio did face J Uso 2 weeks ago. And he lost and got screwed in this match, unfortunately. And this time, he faces J Uso again. And this time, he loses clean. He loses fucking clean. They're making Dominic Mysterio look like the weak link to this tag team between Dominic and Rey Mysterio. That's pretty fucking sad. Shouldn't his father be the weak link at this point? He should be losing a step. His son should be successful at what he's doing and, becoming a pro wrestler. No, we don't have that. We have Rey Mysterio being the guy to kick ass and be the same Rey Mysterio he was many years ago, and Dominic Mysterio has not evolved and become a better performer. Or a better wrestler, if you want to put it that way. That's retarded. Number 2, why the fuck am I seeing the tag team champions in singles competition? And again, why are the tag team champions, if they're in a non-title match, why are they performing, period? They don't need to face the challengers. The challengers need to be winning continuously against other contenders who could possibly win the tag team titles later on in the future. Did we get any of that? No. Did we get Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio in a tag team match against the Alpha Academy? Or the Street Profits? Or the, Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode? We could have gotten a match like that later on the show. We did. We got the Street Profits versus Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. In which case, Street Profits won that match. Probably next in line is the Street Profits against the Usos. More than likely. That's probably why that match happened anyway. So they give reason for the next month to build towards tag team championship match. They'll have the Street Profits challenging the Usos. And then the Usos will probably lose the tag team titles to the Street Profits, or the Street Profits will just lose. Who the fuck really cares? The tag team division in both brands are terrible. Nobody gives a fuck about tag team wrestling in WWE because WWE doesn't make tag team wrestling important at all. So yeah, J Uso won clean with a frog splash from the top rope, or a Samoan splash, whatever the fuck way you want to call it. Piece of shit match. Shinsei Nakamura faced Apollo Cruz, again, another champion, in a non-title match, and this time losing. Oh yeah, and by the way, that was 50-50 booking by the by. Rey Mysterio won last week, the Usos beat Dominic Mysterio the week before, and now Dominic Mysterio loses again. 50-50 booking. Good. Apollo Cruz, you got him as an Intercontinental Champion facing Shinsei Nakamura, and Shinsei Nakamura wins by disqualification because Commander Disease is involved in this matchup and screws Shinsei Nakamura out of a win. Okay, well, not so much because he won by disqualification. That should be granting him an opportunity for the Intercontinental title against Apollo Cruz, which I'm not totally against. I think the match would be excellent, but there's one small problem. Apollo Cruz, since he won the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania of this year, he's been total trash. Complete and utter trash. What a fucking pathetic joke. A complete utter failure as an Intercontinental Champion. Big E was doing better things with that title than fucking Apollo Crews. Sorry to say. By the way, mentioning not Apollo Crews, Big E, he actually showed up at the end of the promo segment of Paul Heyman, and Big E standing there laughing his ass off, holding the briefcase up on his shoulder and looking like, hey, don't forget about me, pal. I can always cash in. I swear to you, folks, I'm okay with Big E cashing in on Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam. But if I see if I see Big E cash in on Roman Reigns at SummerSlam and wins the Universal Championship, it will be the biggest waste of a Universal Championship run in history, in the title's inception. It would be pathetic. You cannot have Roman Reigns lose that title to a guy like Big E right now, because Big E is not serious enough. That's number one. Big E has not been doing so much, not doing so much on the show. He has not been winning a lot of matches. He's been on and off, on and off. He's 50-50 booked. I guarantee if you went over the history of matches he's had this year, he has not been all that great. Maybe slightly over 50%. I'd say maybe the highest he probably has is a winning percentage is 60% winning percentage. That's about it, based on televised shows. I don't fucking count the live shows that they have during, like, you know, in the middle of the week or on the weekends or stuff that's not shown on television. I don't count that crap. I don't mean nothing. But whatever. Anyway. I went over the segment about Paul Heyman and all that shit. Tamina and Tegan Nox. This was a fucking joke match. I don't really fucking care. She won by Shotzi Blackheart shooting a Nerf ball out of a cannon, out of a tank, and distracting Tamina to help Tegan Nox get a roll-up pinfall and win with that move. I swear to you, I was watching a live show of BC Amplified. If you haven't watched his show or caught his channel, he's a lot like JD in certain ways. He has different ideas, but he's a very good critic on pro wrestling. And they're a lot like me. Bottom line, if you guys aren't even aware of JD, I don't know why you wouldn't. He's probably the biggest wrestling channel in YouTube, on YouTube here on this platform. But if you're not familiar with either one of these guys, they're just like me, guys. They're a bigger channel than I am. Both of them. BC Amplified, JD from New York 206. I'm sure you guys have heard of JD from New York 206. But BC Amplified, maybe not so much. He is still a decent-sized channel. Still a lot bigger than me. Makes me look fucking pathetic. But I'm trying. I am not giving up on this channel. I love this shit too much to give up. So, with the help of you guys taking interest in this channel, I want to get as big as them, and I want to do something with this channel, and maybe even possibly make a living off of it. It would be kind of cool. And if you guys want to help support me do that, help me to do that and support me on that, terrific. I mean, it would mean a lot to me. I am showing a lot of dedication. I'm uploading a lot more videos than I used to back in the day when I first started this channel. I'm just pumping out videos every single time I have a moment to sit down and just cut one on something that's going on in the news of pro wrestling. So that is what I've been trying to do, and it's been successful, and I thank you guys for tuning into this channel for those reasons. So again, thank you very much. But this match was trash. Tamina got screwed, and secondly, she didn't have a fucking entrance. They showed her holding up the tag team titles by herself. Natalya ain't even out there. You got fucking The Miz crawling around in a fucking wheelchair. You can't have Natalya do the exact same thing? Are you fucking serious? Give me a break, man. This is a joke. So yeah, Tamina loses. Tegan Nox wins because of a Nerf ball distraction. What a joke. So Edge is in the ring, cutting a promo about what happened last week of him getting beaten up from behind. He thinks that Seth Rollins is a lot like him from back when he was a younger in-ring performer. He says he's basically an opportunist. He tries to take his shots when he sees that it'll give him the big advantage and shit like that, which is kind of true in this situation. He's doing a lot of things that Edge used to do back when he was trying to win his first world title. But honestly, let's get real, guys. Do I particularly care about this? They keep reiterating about what happened in 2014, which Edge fucked up on. He said it happened in 2013, which is incorrect. In 2013, he wasn't even making appearances in WWE so much. And he certainly did not get any kind of... He didn't even really get physical with anyone. In that segment in 2014, he somewhat did. It was to help get the Authority back on live television again and get John Cena to give that permission to add them back so that he wouldn't hurt Edge and end up crippling him or something like that. So that's the real basis of the whole thing. What I don't understand is why Edge has not come out and said this during this promo, which would have made a lot of sense. It would have made Seth Rollins look like a fucking dipshit, which is what WWE seems to always do, make characters look like morons. Edge had the opportunity to win the Universal Championship from Roman Reigns, okay? And you have... Seth Rollins interfered in the middle of this match because he was upset that he had to compete in the Money in the Bank briefcase match. Now, I totally understand that. The managers were more than likely going to give him that spot and give him that opportunity at Money in the Bank. But unfortunately, because of Edge's history with Roman Reigns and that he didn't get a one-on-one shot for the world title the first time around, they felt maybe it would be in their best interest to give him that match first and then work from there. Well, why in the hell did Seth Rollins need to interfere in that match? That's number one. If I was Edge, I would have said, look, if you wanted me so bad, if you hated me so much, and you don't like me, and you felt I took your spot, why didn't you just let me beat Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship so that you and I would be headlining WrestleMania? Not WrestleMania. I keep saying WrestleMania. I was saying that to my friend over the phone today. You and I would be headlining SummerSlam instead of John Cena and Roman Reigns. You'd had that opportunity to put me down and take the title from me, and instead you decided you wanted to go ahead and screw me out of the Universal Championship that I clearly had a win for. I clearly was going to be able to get the win, and you fucked me out of that match. Now, who's dumb, you or me? Because I think I'm the smarter one. I would have just waited until you won the fucking title if you were in my situation, and then kicked your ass after you won the damn title. That's what a normal heel would have done. They make their heels come across like fucking dopes. That makes no sense. Why would he screw him out of a title shot? What's the point? If he won the title, he would have been able to kick Edge's ass and strip him of the title by defeating him at SummerSlam in the main event. I think it makes more sense to me than what they did in Money in the Bank. Yeah, the match was great, but why did Seth Rollins have to interfere in the middle of the match? He even said, I've got to regroup and rethink some things out. And I'm going to be the first one in line for the Universal Championship. Yes, you should have been the first one in line. Yet you had to fuck the guy that more than likely had the best chance at everyone else that's faced Roman Reigns to win the title. And you are the one who fucked him out of the match, keeping Roman Reigns still the Universal Championship and keeping you away from the main event of SummerSlam. That is fucking stupid. One thing led to another. Seth Rollins got on the Titantron. They talked a lot of shit back and forth. Edge said, "You're very much like me, only in the sense that you are not so smart," I guess you could say, he said. And that pissed Seth Rollins off, and he granted him the match for SummerSlam. So the match will take place. It is official. No shit. Everyone could see that coming a mile away. So, big deal. Street Profits defeated Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode, which was nothing important. It was a fucking bullshit match. Bianca Belair defeated Zelina Vega with the kiss of death. Nothing surprising there. I don't think anyone was expecting Zelina Vega to pull up an upset. If that would have happened, I would have been extremely pissed. How the fuck can you do that while they're building up to SummerSlam with her and fucking Sasha Banks? Give me a break. Alright, so. And then the main event was Finn Balor versus Homeless Corbin. Yes, that is correct, folks. He is Homeless Corbin. He was begging on the microphone in the middle of a match, saying to Finn Balor, "I was desperate. I didn't do it to be personal. I did it for my own well-being because I'm in desperate need for money and I needed an opportunity to get a big cash grab." And he said, "I'm sorry. Please forgive me." And Finn Balor grabbed the microphone and said, "I don't forgive you." And then he starts kicking his ass and wins the match with a Fentagra, that top rope maneuver that he does with his legs crashing into his opponent's chest. And he gets the 1, 2, 3 there. The rest of it you already know. I discussed that earlier in this video. So at this time, guys, that's all I have to really say. I'm starting to lose my voice from all the screaming I just did. But bottom line, guys, there's nothing on this show that was entertaining. The Tampa Bay crowd was as dead can get, outside of a few pops here and there during the show. But majority of this show was just completely, like, the fans were not interested. They really were not. Some of them were, you know, standing up, acting goofy and stupid, and I guess that's just because they paid their hard-earned money to see this shit, and I don't know why the fuck they would. You have to be the dumbest fucking piece of shit walking on the planet to actually consider this to be a good show. But at the end of the day, guys, does Vince McMahon or WWE care? Absolutely not. And Vince McMahon sure as hell don't care, because he don't listen to anybody. And unless you're a yes man like good old buddy Bruce, you're not going to be doing much of anything but talking to the wind or talking to a wall. That's really all you're doing. You're talking to a fucking wall. That's your I guarantee you, talking to a wall would be better. The wall would listen to you more than Vince McMahon himself. That's pretty fucking sad for me to even say that. And that's just a joke, because literally a wall would not listen to you anyway either. But you get my drift. Anyway, guys, you know what to do. Hit the like button if you like this video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. And I thank you guys very much for watching. Have a great night, guys. Bye.